Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am non-anonymous weirdo, otherwise known as Alana, and today I just figured I'd do a bit of a sit down because I'm actually standing up because I didn't want to, be on my bed. I figured, there's a lot of stuff going on, so I should be able to, just be very expressive if I wanted to be. And also, my bed is not made. Okay, so I decided that it'd be kind of a cool video to do, like, talking about how I'm feeling about, school ending early and just everything going on in the world, because the world is crazy. It is absolutely insane right now. In case you weren't aware, the year 2020 is already crazy, and there's so much crazy stuff that's gonna happen in the future of 2020 as well. But you know what? This video is gonna be kind of random. So right before I actually get into it, sorry if the audio is weird. I have the mic inside my shirt to change it up, and it's not scripted. It's just me going for going out, speaking out. And I also have a Patreon if you guys would like to check that out. And I made a Discord server, and the link is in the description so you guys can join it, because I would love to chat with anyone who's watching these videos. Anyway, 2020's been a crazy year. We got COVID. My feelings on COVID is it sucks, and I wish it never happened, but that's life. We get through things because we're humans, and we were made to get through tough situations. But how I feel with my junior year ending early, in some ways I'm relieved that it's over already, because I didn't have to deal with end of the year exams, and I didn't have to worry about a full length AP testing, because I'm in 3 AP classes. But I also had to worry about it being a shorter AP test, because it was only, a little thing for each. Especially, I struggled personally with the AP language and composition exam. I just think that's not enough time to write an essay, because I think it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And the science one, I had AP environmental science. It was a pretty easy exam overall, but I did not like how many questions we had to answer in the short amount of time we had. But the AP US history exam, even though some people were having difficulty with it, I found it really easy. I got a prompt on slavery, wow, which is kind of crazy with all the racial inequality going on right now. But I don't know, I just realized that. That's kind of crazy. But I'm sad that I missed my first prom. This was gonna be my first prom. I was gonna wear my older sister's prom dress as she wore to her junior prom, which was kind of cool. And I was upset about a lot of my youth group summer events were canceled. So instead of doing our usual fun activities, we're just gonna be doing a movie night every week instead of a water day, not paintball, but the color wars, where you threw color at everyone, and Impact Richmond, which is basically where we went to the city of Richmond and in the community, and we helped people in need. And that would have been my only chance to do it, because I hadn't done it previous years, and that chance went away, which is really sad, because I'm not going to be able to do it next year, because I'll be graduated, because this is my last summer youth group, and I wish I had enjoyed it last year more if I had known that we weren't going to really have a normal one this year. But that's okay. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason. At least that's what I believe, and God has a plan for everything, so it's okay. It's some tea time. Because I'm doing a lot of talking, and I haven't done a lot of talking because I've been at home and not interacting with friends, because who does that? Now, I'm going to talk about George Floyd, his death, and the protests. I support 100% everyone going out protesting, risking getting injured. Like my older sister, she got tear gassed. My dad, he went out reporting it because he does like reporting on the side for his YouTube channel. And he got tear gassed and he got tear gassed and he wasn't even protesting, even though he supports it fully. And I just, you know, the fact that what our skin color is still an issue in the modern world bewilders me. It's crazy because we all were made by God. Jesus loved those who were outcasts and weren't, you know, highly praised and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. There's nothing in the Bible about race, and that's what some people like try to justify it. I don't know why. And it just makes no sense because literally your race is just the skin color. It's ridiculous that people are getting judged based on their skin color still now, even though we had the civil rights movement, we had the Civil War, and we had the civil rights movement. We shouldn't have to have another civil rights movement for all those, you know, young black Americans back and white Americans, just people who supported that movement back in the 1960s. They fought so hard to like get rid of segregation and stuff like that, and we're still having racial issues. What? I know, it's crazy, and it should not be something that we're having issues with nowadays. Sorry guys, this video is just like a whole video of rants. Something else I'm a little sad about, back to the school ending early. I am sad that I didn't get to say goodbye to all my senior friends. I have so many senior friends and they didn't get to fulfill their senior year. Like that sucks. Like what if like you were waiting to do prom just for your senior year and then just got taken away from you just like that. I feel really bad for those people. Sorry if I'm like fixing my hair. I usually don't have my hair up, but it was hot today. Actually, I need to show you on my phone, which is charging because it's dying. Currently, because it's in the evening on Wednesday, by the way, it is 88 degrees, but we had a high of like 92 degrees, and I mean, heat isn't, sorry, my bunny was making noise. Heat isn't that bad, but when you add in humidity into the formula, it is the worst. Especially in Virginia. Virginia heat is bad. I can't even imagine what it's like deeper in the South if I'm suffering as much as I am here in Virginia. You know what I mean? But, what else can I talk about? Guys, I swear that the world is ending or something. Like, stuff is crazy. So we got COVID. This just for starters, we got COVID. People were like, 2020 is gonna be the best year ever. I mean, it hasn't been that bad for me because I've been able to really go on my creative outlets, even though I haven't uploaded like a real video in a while because all my video content stuff that I had got white, like my drive broke, so I wasn't able to use it, you know, and we're about to send it into repair, but we had to wait a little while. I had to start from scratch. So that's why it's just really hard for me to get it back up here. But yeah, I swear the world is ending or something. Okay, we got COVID-19. That's a whole thing in itself. Then we have, you know, all these protests and these people that are ruining the protests with their rioting and all this police brutality and all the police officers that are in support of, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement, and then the police officers that don't care. Like, I hate it because there are good cops. Like my dad is friends with good cops, but a lot of cops, they need psych evaluations or something, because like I just can't with all this. I don't know, the police, they're wild. They are crazy. So, you know, we're having the protests and riots. So we had COVID-19 protests and riots. China is starting to like really step its boundaries with India. I mean, that was already an issue, but it's starting to really like build up, at least from what I heard. Let's see, what else is causing the world to end? Well, I think it's Yellowstone Parks. It's a big, ginormous volcano, and it's overdue for eruption. And scientists think that it could erupt at any moment. And if that erupted, it would be a mass extinction event of all the US. Like, all the US would be covered in ash. The climate would go through the roof, through the roof, because of all the, emissions from that ginormous volcano. Like, it's a huge volcano. Like, that whole park is built on a volcano. And these ashes would spread across all of the US, including the East Coast. Like, I'm in Virginia. It will spread all the way to Virginia. It will spread to Asia. Possibly. It might not, but it could spread to Asia even. It could, I don't know how far it could spread, but I know it can spread extremely far, which is insane, And also another thing, there's a rise in Ebola cases in the Republic of the Congo, I believe. I'm sorry, don't quote me on that. I know there's a rise in Ebola cases in a country. I just don't remember the name 100% because I'm just talking, like crazy, just letting it all out. You know what I mean? Also, I'm not sure where, but a really bad case of locusts are like ravishing some places in the world, which is kind of biblical, with all the disease, we have COVID, Ebola, locusts, all this stuff. Come on, that stuff is, this type of stuff is mentioned in the Bible about showing, the end times having some of these things. Not to mention, there is an asteroid that is hurtling towards the Earth. What? It's like, it's not supposed, they did a projection. They don't think it's gonna hit the Earth, but you never know. We can only do so much. We're here. It's out there in space, I'm sorry, I look a little crazy right now. And I have to wonder, the US, tea break again. The US had COVID, and then right after, we started loosening up restrictions and stuff like that, all these protests and riots and curfews started coming in place. I'm not a crazy conspiracy theorist, but I decided to put this out there, just to, kind of like, think in your brain, maybe, oh wow, you never know, because we never know. We really don't know what's in the U.S. government, honestly. Because there's some people beginning to think that the U.S. government is hiding something and is doing something much worse behind the scenes of COVID and protests and riots, because as soon as we got those restrictions starting to get lifted, then we had curfews for the protesting. I don't know. I think there could be something. You never know. There could be something in secret, hiding, that we don't know about, that the government is doing behind our backs. And of course, the government basically recently said that aliens exist. Like, I don't know. There's some sus stuff going on here, guys. I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's looking more and more like the world is going to end. Just saying. Of course, I believe in God, and I have a relationship with God, and I think, in the end of all things, I believe that, sorry, I just touched my mic. I believe that, everything that's happening on Earth and all the stuff that we're experiencing and wanting to experience won't matter by time where, in heaven, when if the world ends anytime in my lifetime, So, I just thought something else. Okay. There's supposed to be a mega hurricane season. Like, there's supposed to be a huge hurricane season coming up. And there's a cyclone, I think, headed towards, I don't know where, India maybe? I can't remember, don't quote me on that. But like, there's all these different, okay guys, there's all these different diseases coming in and going crazy, and there's all this, you know, there's all this natural disaster stuff happening and all this crazy civil unrest happening where, you know, the country is divided, the world is divided, everyone is divided. Our world is so divided, like with all the different social issues. We are such a divided world that there's like the idea that there's gonna be like a big change that will cause everyone to join together and believe in the same stuff is nil. Sorry, it is not gonna happen as long as people have opinions. And people should have opinions, but you know, there's nothing we can do about it. So that's my TED Talk. I mean, that video was legit all over the place. Like for real, that was everywhere. But I just kind of wanted to just let it all out because there's some crazy stuff going on in my brain. You know, I'm writing books and trying to think of 10 million different YouTube video ideas and trying to start my own Discord server. All this crazy stuff is happening in my brain. I'm also thinking about college and all that stuff. Stuff is crazy for me right now, despite us being at home all the time. So I'm gonna leave this video at that. You guys feel free to leave down your conspiracy theory suggestion, you know, like your conspiracy theories on stuff going on and whether you think the world is gonna end. I don't know. If it ends, it ends. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? It's really a win-win situation for me, so. And if it, for some reason, ended up there was no God, then I just, you know, become the earth. So, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for me. Hopefully, it's a win-win for you. And I don't know. I'll see you next week if the world hasn't ended. So subscribe, comment, and like. Check out my Discord server and my Patreon if you want. And I'll see you next week if the world has not ended. Bye.